Bursa saham di Wall Street ikut naik turun bersamaan dengan perkembangan terkini dalam Pilpres Amerika Serikat.
Selain menambah ketidakpastian, investor seperti warga Amerika Serikat secara umum tidak bisa memprediksi siapa yang akan menang Pilpres. Lalu capres manakah yang lebih didukung investor? Selengkapnya dilaporkan tim VOA dari Washington DC.
Beragam survei menunjukkan isu ekonomi menjadi isu paling penting dalam Pilpres Amerika Serikat.
We will save our economy, we will rescue our middle class, we will reclaim our sovereignty and restore our borders, we will put America first.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Ketidakpastian soal pemenang Pilpres 5 November nanti ikut membayangi perdagangan saham di Wall Street.
We know that October is often a worrisome month, and this year just will add to that because we're going right into the final days of the election. This election continues to look like it's a very close election, and so that just adds to Wall Street uncertainty.
Dengan kebijakan pro dunia usaha, capres Partai Republik biasanya lebih sejalan dengan Wall Street.
Well, Trump could be better for the economy for really two reasons. First, tax policy. He's trying to cut corporate taxes, which is very positive for earnings and stocks. It's not going to increase the capital gains tax. And he's likely to deregulate a lot of industries.
Tapi menurut sebagian investor, pelaku pasar sebenarnya tak terlalu partisan.
In the end, it really doesn't matter to markets sometimes who the next president is. Right after the election, we tend to see investors quickly adjust to their expectations of the new leadership and markets move on.
Yang lebih disoroti pelaku pasar justru kebijakan soal pajak yang melibatkan tak hanya presiden tapi juga partai mana yang menguasai Kongres AS. Perhatian Wall Street baru-baru ini juga tertuju kepada Bank Sentral AS atau Federal Reserve yang menurunkan suku bunga acuan untuk pertama kalinya dalam 4 tahun sebesar 50 basis poin, lebih besar dari perkiraan sebagian analis. Dan penurunan ini dilakukan untuk memberi kelegaan kepada dunia usaha dan konsumen yang lama tercekik suku bunga tinggi. Pemilihan waktu dan besarnya pemotongan suku bunga disoroti capres Partai Republik.
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics, the economy would be very bad or they're playing politics.
Tapi merespons pertanyaan soal sejauh mana politik melandasi keputusan ini, Kepala Bank Sentral menegaskan kembali independensi The Fed.
We do our work to serve all Americans. We're not serving any politician, any political figure, any cause, any issue, nothing. It's just maximum employment and price stability on behalf of all Americans.
Meski menyambut baik keputusan The Fed, Presiden Joe Biden mengatakan jalan menuju pemulihan penuh ekonomi masih panjang.
So let's be clear. The Fed lowering interest rates isn't a declaration of victory. It's a declaration of progress. It's a signal we've entered a new phase of our economy and our recovery.
Inflasi sempat memuncak melampaui 9% saat darurat pandemi COVID, sebelum akhirnya mereda belakangan mendekati target The Fed sebesar 2%. Dari Washington DC, Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download Metro TV Extend sekarang.